I'd like to welcome everybody out to the Washington County Board of County Commissioners. At this time, we always like to start our meetings off with first an invocation. And today we're fortunate to have Pastor Jimmy Keston from Solomon's Porch Foursquare Fellowship. Mr. Keston, or Pastor Keston, I should refer to. Yeah.
I answered almost anything, Commissioner. Thank you. What a joy it is to be here, and on behalf of the Interfaith Council of St. George and Washington County, and especially Solomon's Porch, it's a joy to be with you today. Right. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we are so grateful to live in this county, this beautiful place that you've given us as home, and we thank you for the service of these commissioners and every staff member and employee of our county. We thank you for the faithful work they do and many things that go unnoticed that are so important to upkeep and protection. Would you please give a blessing to all those who have business before the commission today and wisdom beyond their capacity to make decisions going forward that come before them. We thank you for that and ask for your blessing on this meeting. Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
So does the tie signify anything?
That I'm a Raiders fan?
Okay. They're going to be closer now.
That's Raiders.
Veterans minicamp today this week.
Good. All right. Next, we'll move on to our Pledge of Allegiance, led by Morgan Staples with Washington County Sheriff's Office.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morgan, where do you go to school?
Hurricane.
Oh, good. You friends with your kids?
Yeah, she lives right around the corner.
Oh, you do? How is he a neighbor?
That's Leon Gubler's. That's I can't take credit for that.
All right.
Carl, thank you for all that you do with the Explorer program, and I've watched the leadership and growth that is engendered with that. Do a great job. Thank you.
Great program. Moving on to our agenda, our first item is our consent agenda. The consent agenda is a means of expediting routine matters which come before the commission for approval. The consent portion of the agenda is approved by one non-debatable motion. If any commissioner wishes to remove an item from the consent portion of the agenda, that item becomes the first order of business on the regular agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I would be honored to make a motion to approve today's consent agenda, consisting of auditor-approved claims for payment for April 18th, 2018 through May 1, 2018. Item B, consideration of regular commission meeting minutes of April 17th, 2018, and work meeting minutes of April 19th, 2018. Consideration of administrative adjustments for personal property. Consideration of applications for property tax abatement, of which there are 4. Consideration of application for settlement or deferral of property taxes, and there are 5. Consideration of approval of the Washington County Sheriff's Office policy AC01 as an exception within the bounds of county policy. Eric, you'd have to coach me on whether that we call that Chapter 9, Paragraph Q, Sentence 2, or what that is exactly. And G, acknowledgement of publishing, notice of adoption of ordinance number 2018-1114-0 on Saturday, April 21st, 2018. Consideration of change order for workers' housing project construction at the Purgatory Correctional Facility, and that would be my motion.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Thank you. Our regular agenda, our first item is consideration of purchase request by Ray Boyer.
Okay, the first purchase requisition we have is for tourism, and it's for the Iron Man production of film production, I guess. for $12,500. And the second one is for the library, for the Hilldale Library landscaping, and that is a total of $35,000. And the last one is for sports and recreation for the NCAA Red Desert Classic Tournament sponsorship for a total of $15,000. And that is all.
Very good. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the purchase request and explain to us by Ray.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Second item is consideration of resolution number R-2018-2323, a resolution approving a cooperative agreement between NRCS and Washington County for the Warner Raw Supplemental Watershed Plan Project. Victor?
Yeah, very good. So, I believe since 2006 or somewhere right after our floods, our Public Works Department has been working very closely with NRCS, managing the grants that they put into our county. And this is one of those grants that they've come to us and asked us to administer them. There's no cost to the county, but yet there's a lot of benefit. So that's pretty straightforward. No cost to the county, but yet a lot of benefit, which is what we always like. So, well, with that, I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution R-2018-2323, a resolution approving a cooperative agreement between NRCS and Washington County for the Warner Raw Supplement Watershed and Project.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 3 is consideration of resolution number R-2018-2324, a resolution approving an indemnification agreement between the Solid Waste Special Service District, the BLM, and Washington County regarding new land being transferred to the county for future use as part of the landfill.
Hey, Rep.
Hey.
How's it
Good
going?
afternoon, Commissioners. How are
Good
you?
to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I think the Commissioner is probably aware of what we're trying to do out there, so I don't know it requires a lot of explanation. We came to the County Commissioners about a year or so ago and got a similar indemnification agreement, presented it to the BLM. In that last year, the BLM has had the district conduct an environmental site assessment. Also an environmental assessment. We've had some public notice, opportunity for the public to comment. And then they've come back and indicated that the previous indemnification agreement we obtained from the county, the legal description was just a bit off. I think we thought we were obtaining 60 some odd acres, 61 acres. It's actually 55 acres. So they wanted us to come back and clean up that agreement by inserting the correct legal description for those 55 acres. So that's what I prepared and presented. I think Eric maybe has had a chance to look at that. It's essentially the same agreement that we approved a year ago. We're kind of coming down the home stretch. If we can get this approved, the district will be meeting next month. We'll have our chairman sign it, submit it to the BLM. We should be pretty close to finally obtaining that property.
Yes.
Yes, you didn't ask. Just throw in a half a dozen more acres and call it good.
Well, this is pretty critical, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Just one question, and I should know this being that I'm on the board, but with this addition, it's going to extend the life of that landfill.
Yeah, what it will
substantially.
enable us to do, the property, if you're familiar with the property, we're trying to obtain up to the ridge. It kind of is in a sawtooth fashion. So we're just trying to even that up and obtain the property to the top of the ridge, which will enable us to expand the existing landfill site over closer to the hillside and make better use of the existing
Make
property.
it wider than.
Right.
Oh,
Essentially,
nice.
yeah, make it
Okay.
wider, extend the life of the landfill.
I mean, we were talking about 60, 70 years.
Yeah, it'll be very significant in
Huge.
terms of extension of the life of the landfill.
Huge benefit for the county, so.
I'm impressed you're thinking that, like, it's good that we're planning way out.
Well, when you're dealing with the BLM, you have to, you're trying to acquire property, as you probably know.
Yep.
You have to think about 10 years in advance.
But we're always talking about, hey, we're planning for our children, but this is kind of planning for our grandchildren.
That's exactly right.
That's great.
Yeah.
And technically, the land is transferred to the county.
Yeah, the county
County
is
owns it.
actually the owner of the landfill. County has leased that property with a long-term lease to the district as long as it's being used for landfill site. So the BLM required that the application that we submitted be a joint application by both the district and the county. So it'll actually be titled will be to the county, and then we're hoping then we can amend our lease and have that property then included in our lease for uses.
I'm very good.
Mr. Eber, is this obtainable ever under a recreation and public purpose type of
That's exactly right.
what it's
Yeah,
getting?
that's how we're obtaining the property. Under the R and PP.
Okay. Well, you're the one on the committee, so.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution R-2018-2324, a resolution approving an indemnification agreement between the Solid Waste Special Service District, the BLM, and the Washington County regarding new land being transferred to the county for future use as part of the landfill.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thanks very much.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you,
You know,
Faye.
someday they're going to call that landfill an archaeological site. So,
Thank you.
item number 4 is consideration of resolution number R-2018-2325, a resolution approving execution of an agreement between Washington County and Pine Valley Local District, which provides for additional law enforcement in the Pine Valley area. And Mr. Cox.
I would be happy to speak to this. Quite some time ago, the county created a local district up in Pine Valley for the purpose of additional law enforcement in that area. It's quite a recreational community, and even the winter and summertime, it's seeing a lot of year-round use, but its heaviest use is coming up in May and runs through the fall. And so the local district has always expressed the desire to work with the county and to contract for additional service time with our sheriff's office. And the sheriff's office has available personnel, we have the equipment. This contract calls for $45 an hour reimbursement to the county, which covers the cost of the deputy, his car, and his equipment. And it's $10,000. It's capped at $10,000, and so this gives a substantial number of hours of additional coverage during this peak season. And so the local district would like the county commission to pass this resolution enabling the sheriff's office to contract with them and perform this service. I think that we've been doing it for a long time. It's worked very well for both parties. I would recommend and make a motion that we pass resolution R-2018-2325, a resolution approving the execution of an agreement between Washington County and the Pine Valley Local District, which provides for additional law enforcement in the Pine Valley area.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 5 is commissioner report. Anyone of you like to?
Well, I guess the only thing I'd report is that we had our Utah Association of Counties mid-year conference down here, and we did it in conjunction one day with the League of Cities and Towns. And what was surprising is that was the first time that's ever been done,
Anywhere in the United States.
which is crazy because
Yeah.
we work so closely with our cities. And I guess one thing I'd like to brag about is I think that Washington County does a really good job at cultivating those relationships. It was kind of fun that both myself and the mayor was welcoming everybody. And it's because we both serve in similar positions in our associations. So next year we'll both be president. I'll be president of the counties and he'll be president of the league. So we joked around about it being a Washington County takeover and conspiracy. So
It was a great event.
Well, I think it speaks highly of the quality of leadership that we've got in Washington County, that the peers of the commissioners statewide and mayors, and it was amazing just looking at the Utah League of Cities and Towns. Their logo has the names of all of the communities in the state of Utah. It's full.
It is.
I just am impressed how many communities there are. And to have both of those organizations headed up by Washington County people, I think is great.
I think that's very good. We've come to the end of the agenda, and so at this time I will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming.